Are you ready?
Yeah? Are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for some yoga?
Oh, you want some chair?
All right. All right. Go for it.
Hi everybody, I'm Stephanie St. John and we are doing chair. So we are going to do a nice little seated chair practice today. I like to think about it as the noontime practice, but once again, perhaps your time is your time. So just coming to your chair, I'm going to go ahead and scooch on up so that my feet are firmly on the ground. And perhaps they're about hip width or a little wider. So then you can really find for your hips and your hands resting onto your thighs, closing the eyes and settling here. Finding that ujjayi breath, engaging those whisper muscles at the back of the throat. Taking a body scan of any tightness in the body. Maybe you're using this on your break from work. Or maybe you're still at work and you decide to do this in your chair. Just taking a few breaths just to land right here in this moment. Feeling the feet on the ground, maybe even lifting the toes. And from here, outreaching the arms. So this is going to be our Tadasana. You're spreading the fingertips really wide and you're lifting the chest up. And maybe the head looks up as well, or even the gaze, or your entire head up towards the ceiling. Notice what feels most comfortable for you in your neck and your shoulders. On your inhale, reaching the arms overhead. And exhale, bringing the hands to heart, to prayer. Sacred pause. Inhale out, reaching the arms back to your Tadasana. Next inhale, your chest rising up towards the ceiling. And then your arms just drifting up. And exhale, the hands drifting back down. Sacred pause. Bringing the arms back alongside torso, hips, chest rising, gaze, maybe head even looking up. Seeing your fingers, your palms connecting, bringing energy, sun, prana, all the way down into your heart. Taking a breath here. Twice more. Out reaching, lifting heart, arms, gaze following, and bringing it right back down. Last one, out reaching, heart lifting up, reaching, and exhale. From here, bringing your left hand to your right knee and your right hand perhaps behind on your chair, perhaps It's the back of the chair, finding a space for you to bring both shoulder blades down. If you're really tight in your neck and your shoulders, feel for keeping your chin right in line with your sternum. And on your inhale, lifting the chest up. And on the exhale, taking the twist. You're inhaling, feeling for your feet, that torso rising. And exhaling, feeling for both shoulder blades down and away from the ears. And maybe that's a softer bend into your elbows. Breathing into this space, right into the mid-back, that all the way down into the hip, the low back as well on the exhale. And exhale very slowly, starting to find your way, hands resting to knees. And exhale. Change sides. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind, perhaps on the top of the chair, anywhere alongside the chair that feels good to you in your shoulders. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, taking your twist. Invitation again to keep that chin in line with the torso. Feeling this twist really emanating from the waist and the hip, and all the way perhaps down to that right heel, right ankle. Like a nice anchor rooting you down, grounding you. Last breath in and exhale, finding your way back to center. Breathing it in and clearing the lungs. Seated cat-cow. From here, the shoulders hiking up by the ears, the belly pulling back. You might even touch the back of the chair. And then from here, the knees coming apart, really rooting through the hips and the chest rising up. And if you want, even turning the gaze, the head up towards the ceiling. And exhale, you release. Emptying out a breath. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, bringing it in. Listening to your breath and taking a few moments just to feel. Coming back to neutral and starting to stir it up. Doing a couple circles. You can be slower, faster than me. Notice I didn't say which direction to go in. And also, don't forget your head. If you wish, involving your head in these circles, just finding a space for a little proprioception. Changing directions. And then coming back through neutral. Nice sigh. And already beginning to notice how that makes you feel a little different already. From here, lifting the shoulders up to the ears, sending them straight back, and exhale, bringing them straight down. From here, spread the mid-shoulder blades apart. So it's rounding through the shoulder heads, bringing the mid-shoulder blades back, and exhale, bringing that down. For this next round, you use your arms. You bring the shoulders up by the ears. You use your elbows and you bring that into your waist to bring sensation to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And you might find a really nice opening to the back of the neck as well. And release and shake it down. I always like to imagine going a nice vegetable garden or even some flowers. Another round just like that. So it's a round of 3. Inhale the shoulders up by the ears, sending them straight back. Arms are relaxed. Exhale, bringing it down. Heart is lifting. Inhale, rounding those shoulder heads forward. I even like to turn my gaze down. And then bringing those shoulder heads back. Heart is lifting. And here's where we use the hands, those arms. Inhaling the shoulder blades up. Bringing those elbows in by your waist to bring those shoulder blades down and back. And then you shake it down. Awesome. Breathe it in and clear it away. For this next hip opener, invitation here, perhaps it's just your right ankle onto your left thigh. This is enough. Invitation, if you wish, right ankle onto the left thigh. So here it is on the ankle, and here it is on the thigh. And you're sitting really tall. An invitation to rest the right hand onto the thigh. Using any amount of pressure here, just staying tall. We're leaning in, turning your gaze down towards the big toe of the left foot. Breathing into this opening into the low back, hip, finding a spot where you feel like you can be breathed. Inhaling and lifting the torso back up. Maybe grabbing a hold of the shin, lifting that torso towards the shin, the thigh even. And then replanting it back down. Awesome. Let's get to the opposite side. Left ankle onto the right ankle. Perhaps this is enough. Just sitting nice and tall, feeling the stretch into the hip. Or placing the left ankle onto the right thigh. Nice and tall. Once again, perhaps a little movement side to side. Experimenting with sensation in the body, hand to thigh, deepening that awareness. And if you wish, leaning forward. Gaze is now to the big toe of the right foot. A couple deep breaths here. A nice size, releasing any tension in the low back. And then very slowly bringing the torso up, grabbing a hold of the shin, back of thigh, and also lifting the torso to meet the thigh. Breathing it here, and exhale, bringing it down. Preparing for your Shavasana, maybe sitting back into your chair. If you want the feet on the ground, perhaps some blocks underneath you, hands resting to thighs. Taking a few moments before we do that, just bringing the hands together in a nice gentle rub. Give it some heat. And from here, bringing it to rest right onto the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw. Slowly start to open the eyes behind your hands, turning the gaze down. Hands can rest to thighs. We can keep the eyes closed. Taking a few moments here. Releasing your Ujjayi breath. And taking a few moments of sacred silence. Very slowly starting to open the eyes and starting to interlace the hands and outreaching, stretching the hands out and then reaching them up towards the ceiling, the heart following the breath, and exhale, releasing the hands and returning to your prayer. Continue to have a wonderful day. Be in grace. Namaste.